Welcome to the Speakers Practice and our Friday Forum. Hi, I'm Adrienne McLean, the founder of the Speakers Practice. The Friday Forum is for business people. This is a free 30-minute session where you will meet amazing professionals who have experience in a wide variety of business topics. You will hear fabulous approaches from experts in their field. Today, it is our pleasure to have Nikki Cooper. Nikki has been helping others achieve success since creating her first self-development program way back in 1977. Nikki is a public speaker, author, and online marketing consultant, specializing in video creation and law of client attraction. Nikki runs regular business networking events in Sydney. Her passion is helping business owners learn, connect, and engage. Nikki is going to share with you today the information usually reserved for those who attend her networking events. Welcome, Nikki.
Welcome, Adrienne.
Great to have you with
I'm
us.
so happy to be here today. And the reason I'm welcoming you is because it's all about the law of attraction. You have to welcome it, and we'll talk more about that shortly.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yes, so our topic is implement the law of attraction for success, and I'm so looking forward to hearing about what you have to say and how you can help us with our business and our success in life. Because you've written 2 books, which sounds fantastic, and not only having written them in the 2 books, but it's only within a year. Your Successful Life and The Entrepreneur Within. So that's amazing, Nikki. So how did you do it? All in a year.
Great question. It basically goes back, Adrienne, to my fascination with Napoleon Hill. And not many people know, but Napoleon Hill not only wrote Think and Grow Rich, which is the most popular, shall we say, title, he also wrote another book which is called The 16 Laws of Success, and it's 1,000 pages long.
Oh,
and 16 laws of success are fundamental laws that human beings throughout hundreds and hundreds of years have applied to achieve success. And he interviewed 500 very successful people at the turn of the century, Andrew Carnegie, the Rockefellers, all the very big successful names. And what he discovered was each and every one of these 500 people all applied the same laws of success. So what I did was I took, after reading the 1,000 pages of 16 Laws of Success, I took those principles and then I decided to write a book called Your Successful Life, and all of the people that I wanted to discover and learn from all just came into my life as if by magic. And again, I found the same thing as Napoleon Hill had found 50 years ago, that each of the 24 people, and you're one of them, Adrienne, in my book, my first book, Your Successful Life, applied these laws. And it's all about believing and taking action. So what has been actually the fundamental reason for doing this was that somebody told me once that 97% of people live life filled with regret, wishing they could be something more, and only 3% actually do what they love, earn what they want, and be who they want to be.
So that brings us on to our first question. 3% actually do what they love, earn what they want, and be who they want to be. How could this be so?
It's something that, I discovered over the course of time, going back 1977 when I did my first personal development program. And I kept thinking that the only way that people could be successful is if they learn from others. And what came through to me is that really the best teacher resides within you. People think that they can learn strategies. Yes, they can. People think they can learn other tricks and tips from others. Of course they can. But the final responsibility of our success comes to us. So one of the things that I really concentrate in my teaching and when I'm working with clients is I say the best teacher resides within you. So the reason that people don't end up doing what they love and earning what they want and being who they want to be is they're not learning within themselves. They're not allowing themselves to be their own teacher and learning from their experiences of life, which means a lot of people make the same mistakes over and over again because they don't look deep within themselves. And that can be quite confronting, Adrienne, looking within yourself. However, it's the only way. You need to have a breakthrough. This is what I teach. You know, it's like the pot plant that I had, my prosperity plant, little plant growing in a tiny little pot, and it fell off one day, a table through the wind, you know, and it had a breakthrough. You know, it shattered. And I had to replant that little prosperity, and they say it's a lucky plant. Well, once I replanted this into a larger pot, it flourished, it thrived. So all of us need to have this breakthrough. So the big problem for people is they don't have a breakthrough. They just go along making the same mistakes, and they never achieve what they really want or be who they want to be. And they don't give up much time to concentrate on themselves and why they are making those mistakes, and they don't invest in themselves. And the last thing is they don't believe in the law of attraction. If you don't believe in the law of attraction, I'll just finish that point, and you don't believe in yourself, because every successful person has self-belief. They don't go out and invent amazing things, you know, like, you know, Steve Jobs with the Apple phone and all of the amazing inventions that we've had in the 21st century alone. Each of those people, you know, have had self-belief. So that really is all about believing that the law of attraction is real and it can happen to you.
So what would initiate the breakthrough? How can people create or have this breakthrough if that's so important?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, you know, if you're feeling that you're stuck, and this is it, our thoughts, I come back to our thoughts, because this is one thing that Napoleon Hill teaches as well, that really the human mind is so capable of creating amazing things that this might sound crazy to you, Adrienne, but I'm going to say it. Our thoughts can harm us. Did you know that?
Well,
Our thoughts can harm us, because if we're not thinking along the line of the law of attraction and reciprocity, which is allowing the universe to do what it does best, which the universe wants to give us. So our breakthrough really is to change our pattern of thought. And if we find ourselves thinking, I can't do that, I'm hopeless, I'll never be successful, the thoughts are going to generate the outcome. So if we change our thoughts to, I believe in myself, I will be successful, and I am on the path to success now, I'm happy and grateful. See, every day I say, I'm happy and grateful for I am making increasing amounts of money, and I am prosperous and abundant in helping others. So if you affirm and you say it on a regular basis, you have an affirmation that is in your mind, you're going to attract success into your life. So if you change your thinking, that's the breakthrough you need to have. And a lot of people are afraid to even change their thinking because those patterns are so deeply entrenched.
so that brings us on to our second question, which is really a definition of what the law of attraction is.
Absolutely. Great question. As we've already looked at, we can absolutely attract success into our life. I'm a living, breathing example of that. And I'll share with you a little bit later on how I've managed to do it just in the last 6 months, attract what I really want through using these laws. But I need to take things back a level, if that's okay with you, Adrienne.
Sure.
I just need to step back a couple of steps and walk people through how you can get started on your breakthrough. Once you've had your breakthrough, amazing things will happen. I've had clients who've, got jobs after having their breakthrough, who've attracted clients into their world after having their breakthrough. Because in a way, we've even been preventing clients coming into our life because we didn't believe in whatever product or service we were offering. But more importantly, what we need to do, the very first thing, the very, very first thing, is understand what the law of attraction is. So here it is, and it's something that's been around for a very long time, and it has been basically derived from Hinduism, would you believe? And there was the very first book ever written on the topic, if you're interested in its, shall we say, origins, would be not only Napoleon Hill, but even going back further. Have you heard of a guy called James Allen? Because James Allen wrote a book in 1902, which is in the public domain, and you can get it for free. And if anyone's on the call today, and I hope there are lots of people, and you've got a pen and paper, write this down. The first book ever written on the law of attraction is called As a Man Thinketh. And it comes from the Hinduism, which is, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he, which comes back to what I said before about our thoughts, you know. So for Allen, this is in 1902, the heart was merely an extension of desires, goals and dreams. So if we understand that the universe is complex and it's orderly and that we can achieve what we want through bringing it into a magnetic pull. So it's about bringing something toward you like a magnetic pull. It's magnetic energy, drawing something toward you. That's what is at the heart of the law of attraction. And there's been multiple books written about this, but it is essentially bringing towards you what you want. So there are 3 criteria. And again, if people are here with a pen and paper, I really recommend you write this down. Magnetize yourself to success. If you're thinking negative thoughts, just have a little, Lisa Phillips teaches, and she's brilliant. Have a little elastic band on your wrist. Lisa's coached me a lot, and she's been terrific. And she says if you find yourself thinking a negative thought like, I'll never be any good, my life is a joke, I'll never meet the right person, my business is going to never prosper, whatever it might be, just snap that little elastic band on your wrist and, just change your thoughts. So we're going to need to have an open mind. We're going to need to remain objective, very important, and understand that the universe operates in this exact way, which is natural law. And everything, when you think about it, the sun comes up every day, the earth revolves around the sun. There are laws in the universe. Things that are completely beyond human intervention. We can't change that 24 hours in a day. Just like we can't change the law of attraction. It's real. It's not woo-hoo stuff. It exists. And once you believe in it, once you know, you've seen people experience it, because in my book 24 people experienced it and they all did the same thing. They changed their thinking. Then it can happen to you. If you believe it, you will receive it. In fact, even Napoleon Hill said, everything the mind can believe and conceive, it can achieve. So have that somewhere around your house. Have pictures. Have things that you want, your favourite house, your favourite car, or whatever it might be. Attract and magnetize to yourself. So just imagine what you could bring into your life if you knew how to direct this magnetic pull.
So that brings us to question number 3. What are the steps that you recommend people use to achieve the law of attraction in their business or in their life generally?
Yeah, well, again, great question, because the whole essence of the law of attraction is prosperity and abundance. And if you think about it, all of us, Bob Proctor, teachers, we're all born rich. Each and every one of us as human beings, we come into this world. Okay, some people don't have, I guess, the fortunate, shall we say, comforts and material wealth. But by the same token, each of us are born this beautiful little newborn. And what happens as we proceed through life, we're conditioned to think in certain ways, and we don't attract, what we deserve in life, the richness of life. And, our thinking prevents us. I know myself, I was very much an example of that. My parents had come from, shall we say, a fairly scarcity mentality as they were growing up, because they came from the Great Depression. And a lot of that on my brother and myself, those patterns of thinking really prevented us for years and years. And it wasn't until I was in my 30s that I realised that my thinking was preventing. I actually believed that I didn't deserve success for a very long time. And I was sabotaging myself. The minute I could feel success coming towards me, I would repel it and go, no, I'm not worth this. So my self-esteem was so low, I never believed that I was really worthy of success. So once I changed that, of course, everyone is worthy of success. Everyone deserves to be happy. So the very first step I recommend is we manifest prosperity and abundance. And how do we do that? Well, very simple. We have our breakthrough, change our pattern of thinking. I have to reinforce that. That is the key to how I believe that the law of attraction is going to work. It's what I teach. We develop a success mindset is number 2. And after having our breakthrough, number 2, we develop this success mindset and we keep it with us on a daily basis. We have an affirmation, visualization, and then suddenly you're going to feel little things start to happen, and you go, wow, I didn't think that was possible. A client might ring you up or somebody will refer business to you. At the end of the day, these things can absolutely happen if you compel them towards you. And the bottom line is that with this success mindset, anything is possible. Absolutely anything. And take the lid off restricting yourself. Let's open yourself up. Now, what I do every day is, and I teach this, is I get out of bed on my right foot, which is the Europeans believe that right is good luck. So you get out and I put my hands up in the air and I give thanks. Okay, I give thanks because when you give something to the universe, you give thanks, then you can receive. You with me? And if you hold your arms, cross your arms, and you say, no, I don't want success, I'm not worthy of it, I'm no good, I don't have the belief for it, then you will not receive it. So we've got to open yourself up to it. So that's developing your success mindset. That's step 2.
Well,
And the last one...
Explain something there. So if you're grateful, and
Yes.
gratitude's a big part of this,
yes,
then you can receive.
Yes, exactly. Because people forget to thank. They forget to be grateful for what they have. And people, if you've got a miserly attitude, you're constantly complaining, you're constantly negative. These are toxic thoughts. You know something, Adrienne? The law of attraction will not be able to find you if your thinking is so small and so confined that you're not opening yourself up to receiving it, then it will leave you and it will go for someone who is magnetizing themselves to the wonderful, amazing law of the universe. And it's a law which wants to find you. So you're absolutely right. Reciprocity, it's the universe will give to you when you give thanks. So that's what you have to say is, I give thanks. So I run out to my yard every day and I open my arms and I look at the sky and the sun and I look around me and I have a few minutes of peace and gratitude for what I have. I didn't do that for 35 years. I wasn't grateful. And you know why? Because I thought I wasn't worthy of success. But once I changed my thinking, opened my arms to receiving, the amazing things that have come my way since that time. And I want everyone to understand that there's plenty to go around for everyone. And the last thing is, the third step is to live the law of attraction. Live it. Don't just read it in a book and put the book away. Don't just, say, oh, that's a lot of woohoo. It will never work for me. If you live it, so you give. Like when I go into the city, I give. I give to homeless people. I donate to Mission Australia. I give as much as I've got to give because that's opened myself up to receiving. Always.
Yes. So if you give, then people will give to you.
Yes, the law of attraction will find you. So just getting on that same point about giving, one of the things I teach at my networking events is to give, as business people, if we give something away first for free, like a half-hour consultation, or if we give a deep discount of our product, or a 2-for-1 offer, I mean, all businesses know this, and it's so true. The law of attraction is in the business world as we speak. You think of all the successful businesses out there, they're giving offers all the time, aren't they? You with me?
Yes.
And they're always trying to draw customers into the business by offering attractive offers. Well, there it is. I've just used the word attractive, haven't I? So
Yes.
as a business person, if you're on the call, always give to customers before you get them to, it's called getting them into your funnel. Give them something. Give them anything you can think of that will be of value. Give them information, a free report, a free ebook. I've got little books that I'm printing up as I speak, which I give away to people, and I get business out of that. I do free networking events. I get business out of that. Something for free will always, always be a much more attractive opportunity for a client or a prospect. And that's the law of attraction working within the business context as well.
So that brings us on to the final question. Think it, dream it, believe it, and you will achieve it. Would you like to expand on this a bit further, Nikki?
Yes, I will, because I'm a great believer that it's never, ever too late to change your world. Don't ever think if you're 55 or 65 or 75 that it's too late. I've seen stories of people, clients that I've seen and worked with over the years who've at the age of 65, 70, do not ever think that age is a barrier. As long as you have breath within you, it is not too late to change. And it's just a case of going back over the 3 steps of self-belief and the breakthrough that I talked about before. You must have this breakthrough. I don't believe that the law of attraction can happen to you unless you have that. And, the thoughts, and if you keep believing and dreaming, then it can happen. And I'm going to say here and now that the whole essence of what I'm talking about today is taking full committed action, because that is the one thing in your life that is going to really move you forward. It's action is the key, and we hear it over and over again, don't we? All the speakers and all of the presenters will say that the whole key is taking action. So once you've got everything in place, what you really, really want deep down, and you tell yourself that you're getting it or you have it, because you've got the subconscious, which is the deep thinking patterns of the brain, and then there's the conscious. So the conscious tells the subconscious that you have it. You say your name and you say, I blah blah blah, am happy and grateful that I am making increasing amounts of money through multiple sources on a regular basis. I give thanks. That's my particular mantra that I say I, Nikki Cooper, obviously, but anybody can have that mantra, and if anybody wants it, I can give it freely out to people. But then I take action. Action is the secret, and if you don't follow through, Adrienne, nothing will happen. And I'd like to just finish up with a few quotes today, if that's okay for people. And everything that I have spoken about today is real. And I'm so proud to be able to speak to you about this, because I know you're a shining example. I've got my book here today, which is Your Successful Life, and you're in my book as well. And something that you actually said, Adrienne, which I'm quoted you on in my book, it says, finally, enjoy what you're doing, do what you are passionate about, and success will be your reward, Adrienne McLean. And you said that yourself. And all of the 24 people that I've worked with who are shining examples of these successful strategies, commitment, focus, patience, and perseverance, the success switch, as I like to call it, Let your light shine. You know, it's if you feel it, dream it, think it. You can start today. You don't have to put it off. You can start this very minute. And I'm just going to finish off with the 15 principles, if I may, Adrienne. Do I have
Yes,
time?
sure. Yes,
I'm
yes,
just going to
that'd be
read through
fantastic.
the 15 principles that people can apply, which come from Napoleon Hill, by the way, as I mentioned
Mhm.
earlier, from 16 Laws of Success, which also I highly recommend people read if they can. Very, very good book, as well as Think and Grow Rich, which is an excellent book as well, as you know. But I'm just finding in my book here, if you give me 1 second. Here we go. So these are the different principles, 15 principles of how you can change your life starting now. So the first one is creative imagination,
Mhm.
and that's, you know, dreaming. That's the word dream you've got on the screen there. Dream it. You see, if you don't imagine and you don't use your mind, you know, infinitely, you know, Einstein said it, didn't he? We only use 2% of our mind. And, you know, if we
Mhm.
can use our mind to just dream beautiful things, we can achieve magnificent outcomes for ourselves. But we must believe it. You notice in my saying there, Adrienne, we must believe it. So creative imagination. Number 2 is total focus. And when I interviewed, you know, Peter Hadfield, who's an Olympic athlete, you've never met anybody with more total focus than him. He won 2 Olympic gold medals through total focus. So that's number 2. Number 3 is persistence. You know how people give up after one little hiccup along the road? There's so many
Mhm.
of us do it, and I'm just as guilty as anybody of it. You know, I used to throw in the towel. My ex-husband used to say to me, Nikki, you never finish anything. And he was
Mhm.
right. You know, in my 20s and 30s, early 30s, I didn't finish stuff. I'd start something, I'd get sick of it. Now,
Mhm.
these 2 books I wrote this year, I was never going to give up till I finished them. So always persistence. Even if you find little dramas and, you know, pitfalls, don't give up. Number 3 is, number 4, follow your intuition. Number 4, follow your intuition. And this is something a lot of us don't use enough. And I could, you know, talk a whole day on it. But intuition, our sixth sense about things. Should I do this? Should I not? Use your intuitive powers. Very powerful. And the next step is, or the next secret, I should say, step up. Take yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, break through to all of the amazing possibilities that lie before you. Break through. A lot of people will say, oh no, I'm fine, I'm in my comfort zone, I don't want to leave. No. I mean, I basically started a business 5 years ago in my 50s, and our business is just growing all the time using these laws of attraction. So, you know, I didn't want age to be a barrier. Really important. In fact, I believe you can get better as you go on. Next one, health is wealth. Health is wealth. You've got to look after your health. That's the whole essence of this. People let their bodies go, you know, in terms of exercise and you know, not eating the right foods. Always. Just keep aware of your health as much as you possibly can. And even if you are not healthy, you can improve and cure yourself of diseases like Alison Whitwood in my book, who cured herself of multiple sclerosis. The next one is kick some goals. Set goals for yourself. Always. What do you want? You know, we're not here for a very long time. Let's make the most of every minute. But we need goals because, you know, where there is no hope and no goals, there is no success. So you must set those goals and always write them down, always. Next one is think big. You know, a lot of us, like I said before, we kind of shrink ourselves into, well, I can never do that, or that's not possible. Think big. Look at some of the great entrepreneurs around you. Learn from others. Next one is develop a burning desire. Okay, how much do you want success? A little bit or a lot? So really get that burning desire within you. Sleep it, dream it, eat it, think it. You know, I want a new house. I want a new car. I want to make X amount of dollars per week, per month, per year, whatever it might be. You want $10,000 a month. Write it down. Number 10, become a lifelong learner. Always keep reading, keep learning. And people on the call today, well done to you. You've come along and you've given up your time, and that's such a wonderful thing. And hopefully if you take away one thing today, I hope for all of you that there will be something that I've said that can assist you in your progress to success, in your path. Number 11, develop a positive self-image. Very important. Remember I said that before, that the lack of self-belief is what stops people. So get your positive self-image. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I love you. You are a good person and you deserve success. The mirror technique is very powerful. The next one is master your emotions. Okay, deep breaths, always breathing, and don't allow your emotions to overpower you in terms of panic or anxiety. If you feel panic setting in, you just say, talk sense to yourself. That's what I used to do. I used to get panic attacks. So you just go, talk sense to yourself, and you can calm yourself down. The last three are stack on the value. Remember I said give away something in your business that will be of value to others. Overcome those obstacles. Number 14 I should say. Overcome obstacles. If there's an obstacle there, just go around it. Don't throw in the towel. Don't say, oh no, this is too hard. I should never have started this, whatever. Just go around the obstacle. That's what Peter Hadfield says. He says, obstacles are there to get around. And Adrienne, giver gets, and you're such a great giver, Adrienne.
Oh, thank you.
And that's why you are such a successful businesswoman. You give. You do these Friday forums and you offer your services, you know, you're speaking, mentoring, and I've been mentored by you, and I thank you for that. So you're a good giver, and you understand that giver gets, don't you?
Yes. So, well, it's all about being grateful for what we have, and being able to give is showing gratitude, I suppose, for experience, and it feels good too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
that's right. Hmm.
our final question, Nikki, is about speaking. And as a business owner, what's your advice about promoting your business by speaking?
Everybody should have a pitch. Now, there's a terrific book which I highly recommend called Key Person of Influence by Daniel Priestley, and that's coming up, by the way. There's a fantastic forum. Well, it's not really a forum, it's a conference, I should say, at out here in Sydney, the National Institute of Dramatic Arts, and they run it every 6 months to a year. And what they talk about, and this I'm totally in alignment with what they say, is that first off, get your pitch right. A 30-second pitch on who you are and what you do. And speaking can come in many formats. It can come in the form of a networking event where you shake a hand, you know, a handshake and a smile beats an email every time, and connecting with others and have your pitch ready. What do? You know, I just have a very short pitch. Hi, I'm Nikki Cooper. I help people sell more products and services. That's it. And then you get a question, how do you do that? And I say, well, I write books and I do videos and I run networking events. So have your pitch ready, who you are and what you do. You must be very, very clear on that, because a confused customer will not buy from you. So be very, very clear. And if you're not confident with speaking, there are so many ways you can build your confidence. And everybody should have, shall we say, a little sales pitch that they can present at a commerce, like a business BNI or, a networking event. There's so many out there. Meetup run so many events as well. So always have just an overview of your business that you are very clear on, and you can actually share that with a room full of 20 people, 30 people, 40, however many people you want, but you must be confident and clear. So lots of practice, And I know, Adrienne, you offer some mentoring in speaking, and you've helped me with a presentation I did earlier this year. So a lot of people are frightened of public speaking, as you know, Adrienne, but
Yes.
honestly and truly, if you're in business, you do need to have good, clear speaking skills, and that requires practice because you're ultimately going to get more business from it. And, you know, customer looking at you as a confident seller or vendor of your services or products is going to want to be drawn to you. They'll be magnetized to you. So, you know, get yourself out there. If you can do a little 10-minute, 15-minute presentation, you know, put your hand up. Remember what I said before about stepping out of your comfort zone. That's what you have to do. And, you know, success will definitely follow if you apply the principles that I've talked about today, without a doubt.
Yeah. So, Nikki, would you like to give an overview of the law of the attraction and implementing it for success and your publications here, which are fine examples of books coming into your portfolio?
Yes, thank you. Well, both books were such a pleasure to write because of the great people that I interviewed. And as you can see, you know, on the image on the right, we've got people there. All of the principles I spoke about before, the 15 success principles, were all applied by those people. And, you know, they are living proof because I really wanted to show people that these principles are real, these 15 principles. And what better way to do it than get those who've done it? And each of those people have all achieved remarkable, successful outcomes. I mean, some of them lost huge amounts of money, were living in a garage. One is legally blind. One lady cured herself of multiple sclerosis. As I said, one is an Olympic athlete. A lady in there, she received an MBE from the Queen. Another lady wrote a book and printed multiple millions of dollars of copies of that and made, just through her belief and persistence, you know, she wanted that book out there. And, you know, there was one guy there who was told by his teachers that he was going to be hopeless in life, and he had no talent for languages, and now is the official Hungarian translator into English.
Oh, my goodness.
So, you know, those people, persistence and self-belief, their thoughts were the primary tool that they used to achieve success.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of that book. It took a lot of energy and a lot of love to write that book. And,
Yeah.
you know, I know that we're not here to sell, and I'm not here to sell either. Really, I'm only here to demonstrate how passionately I believe in these principles. The couple in the top right-hand corner, the blonde lady and the gentleman with the blue shirt, sorry, not top right-hand, the middle picture in the top row, the blonde lady and the gentleman in the blue shirt, that he's the top network marketer in Australia, and his partner Suzanne, his wife, she was the trainer for Princess Diana years ago, personal trainer. So these people have got what it takes. They are just living proof that these, you know, these strategies are real. And, you know, once I got down to the heart of how they applied these principles after reading Napoleon Hill all those years ago, him writing it, I knew these laws are real. They're not just, you know, made up, or they go right back to Hinduism. A long, long time ago. And the book on the left, well, that came out of the first book, really, because then I realised, you know, in my life, in the last 15, 20 years or so, how I've applied those principles as well. And, you know, as you know, I just bought a house and bought myself a beautiful car. All of these things have come from manifesting prosperity and abundance in my thinking. I cannot get this through enough today, and I'm sorry I've only had half an hour, but you can see the passion and belief that I have, and as I say, anyone can do it, anyone.
Well, There's been so many amazing points that you've raised, Nikki. Thank you so much for your time and your expertise today. It's it's a really big topic, and yes, we could spend days speaking about it.
I had to stop
And,
myself. Don't over talk it, because when you love a topic so much, you want to keep
and,
going. But no,
and it's
it's really
really
true. And
fundamental sort of things to look at that can really help us in our lives. So thank you so much for your time and your expertise. It's been brilliant.
I love it. I just love talking about it because a lot of friends now are asking me too. I've got friends ringing me up and saying, "Give me some help. In my life, life's not working out for me as I would like." And
Mm.
I happily tell people, it can be done. If you believe that, it can be done. The sky is the limit. There is absolutely no limit to the success that you can achieve. So I love stories and I love to hear happy endings. So if anybody on the call today wants to contact me for any reason and share with me a story, I love hearing it. So my can I give my email out? Is that possible?
Yes,
If people want
certainly,
to
certainly.
contact me and or just ask questions, because I'm very happy to speak to anyone on the call today. It's Nikki Nikki at nikkicooper.com. Very simple email address. And I wish everybody on the call success and happiness and joy in life, and go out there and the world needs you. The world needs your skills. The world needs your expertise. And if you just follow those few simple steps, success can happen, and it will if you believe it.
Well, thanks again, Nikki. And for our listeners, thanks for attending. It's been a brilliant session and forum, and have a great fortnight. And we look forward to seeing you on the 25th of July. We're talking about startups next time. So thanks for attending and have a great fortnight. Bye for now.